Hello friends. Welcome to the 10th part of the PrestaShop module development tutorial. In this tutorial, we will learn how can we create a new page in the admin controller. Means we will learn to create an admin controller. In the previous tutorial, we have learned to create the front controller, and this time we will learn the same for the admin. For the back office page, we need to create the controller in the admin, so let's start the coding. We are going to create a new controller, so we will go to the controller folder, and this controller is for the admin, so let's go to the admin folder. Create a new file. Since the beginning of the series, I used to say follow the pattern for the file name in the PrestaShop. Let's do same. To create the controller file, the name of the controller, I will say it the origin. You can use what you like. Now, write admin, then origin, and then controller. You also know, each time we use the same class name as the file name. In PrestaShop, we used to inherit the related parent classes. Here we will inherit the admin module controller class. We are done with the class structure. Now, we need to write some methods, and the first is the constructor. And like the front controller, we call the same method of the parent class. The second function will be the init. We will code init if we need to. The third method is the init content, which is really important, where we will assign variables and templates to the controller. In both methods, we will class the same methods of the parent class. If you want to assign any variable to the templates, then use the same method we have used in the module and front controller. To set the template for this admin controller, we use the setTemplate method. We will pass the name of the template here. I will use the same origin name for the template too. You can use any, but for the flow, I will use the same name. It is good to follow the rules to avoid mistakes as much as possible. Now you need to understand where to create the origin.tpl file. This is the template file of the admin controller, so we will create it in the admin folder of the views folder of the template folder. But in the admin folder, you need to create a folder with the same name as the controller, which is the origin. In the origin folder, we make the origin.tpl file. Let's write some basic HTML in it. We will try to follow all possible standards, so follow the rules as long as you can. Let's check. We have created the class for the admin controller. Created methods for it. Created the template for the controller and written content in it too. But that is not enough. Let me show you what happens if we try to access this controller. Let's go to any page of the PrestaShop. I am trying to explain how this link works. We have this admin order controller. In this case, PrestaShop knows where is the admin order controller because it is part of the PrestaShop itself. But we have added a new admin controller using our module, and PrestaShop does not know where it is and from which module it is. So let me change admin orders to admin origin and see what happens. See, I have the error page not found. That means PrestaShop can't locate the controller even it is in the module. Here we didn't make any mistake in the code file or the template file. And we are not getting any code related error. Just it can't locate the controller. That is obvious. How PrestaShop can know which controller it is and from which module? We need to inform PrestaShop about the location of this controller. Now, understand this, everything you see in this panel is known as tabs. To manage these tabs there is a class with the name tab and the table with the same name. So when you create any new admin controller, you need to create an entry for that controller in the tab so PrestaShop can know which class and controller is from which module. Means we need to tell PrestaShop that what it should execute when we try to access admin origin controller. We need to make an entry using tab class in the tab table. Let's write a function for it in the module. We need to make this entry only once, so we will execute this function only when the module is being installed. But we have this module installed already, so we will write the function, uninstall the module and then reinstall it. We are going to use the tab class, so make an object of the tab class. Now, remember the properties we are going to use. The first is the name of the tab. If the shop is multilingual, then we need to give the name for each language, so let's use the loop for it. We need to set name for each language, so use name property as an array and ID of the language as the index. And set the name of the tab. The second property is the name of the class. When we access the controller, we need to say which class should be accessed. You know this. The name of the class is admin origin, so set it to the class name property. The next step is to say from which module this class is. So set the module name for this tab, which is in the name property of this module itself. When we add a new link in the tab, it can be a root level link or it can be a child link, but you can see none of the root level links is clickable, it just opened the submenu. So for this tab, we will set the parent 0 to indicate it as the root level menu. If you think where to know all this, then it is simple. Just go to the tab class. And find the tab class and check all the properties here. You can find all those properties we have used here. There are several properties, but I am doing only what is necessary. So now we have a tab with all the necessary properties like name, parent, class, and the module, and now let's add it to the table. Now we need to execute this function once somehow, and let's return true after the function execution so we can collect the result. Now let's execute it in the install function. This function will be executed only when this module will be installed. So let's uninstall the module first and we will reinstall it, then we will have the newly added tab. I will keep this page open so after reinstallation, we can just reload and check what we get. I have just uninstalled it. Now let's reinstall it. When this module will be installed, the create table link function will be executed and this tab object will be executed with all these name, parent, class, and module properties. The module has been installed successfully. Last time we tried to access the admin origin controller, we had the page not found error. But now we have set the link in the table, so we should have some result. Let's just reload the page and check. See, this is the warning for the token. In PrestaShop, there should be a unique token for each controller, and so the origin controller will have a unique token too. So let me just click on the yellow button to get the link with correct token. You don't need to do this each time. We can see the content we have written in the template. But it is not in the bootstrap look because in the code we did not set the bootstrap parameter true, so let's do it. We had also done this with the mail file of the module. Now you can see the controller is working, the template is working, and we can see the content with bootstrap design. So today we have done pretty good work. Friends, I hope you are enjoying this PrestaShop module development tutorial series. If you really like this series, then do subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends who are willing to learn the PrestaShop module development. In the future, I am planning to create the series for the payment and shipping module development. See you in the next tutorial. Thank you.